It's the Dayton Stealth against the Beavercreek Beavers in the second round of the Frozen Creek Thanksgiving Holiday Tournament from the National Trails Chiller in Springfield. My name is Kent Jacobs and welcome to high school hockey. The Beavercreek Beavers, who have been stalwart on offense and defense so far in this tournament, coming in 3-0 on the season, 2-0 on the tournament, as the Beavers have won their first games in go-away fashion, 9-0 against Troy and 13-1 against Mason. The Dayton Stealth are coming in at 1-1 on the tournament. So the point system that will result in a tournament champion tomorrow is based on how many periods you've won, goals scored, and games won. And so that formula will become crystal clear tomorrow afternoon after the games tonight, and also the first games tomorrow, as the tournament will wrap up tomorrow at 12:20 with Beavercreek playing Lake High School of Toledo. So the teams are out warming up for this third and final game of this evening. The Dayton Stealth will be in their white sweaters with blue trunks. They are coached by Ty Wilkinson. The assistant coaches are John Saulbaum and Chris Everard, while the Beavercreek Beavers will be in their road black uniforms, black sweaters, and black trunks. They're coached by Greg Gutterman and assisted by Brad Lloyd, Drew Earhart, and Cameron Quick. The team managers for the Beavers are Allison Mundy and Abby Shivelbein. It's been a very interesting first part of the season for the Beavercreek Beavers. The Beavers, a high-scoring squad so far. They won their opening game 6-1 against Sycamore, and then the aforementioned 9-0 win over Troy and 13-1 win over Mason. And their two preseason games, the Beavers were victorious in two games in Toledo at the Sylvania rink up in Toledo. They won 8-0 over Toledo Whitmer and 5-2 over Perrysburg. So the Beaver offense has been high flying so far, led by junior alternate captain Thomas Bush. He comes into tonight's game with 8 goals on the early 3-game season so far. Joe Bordas and Braden Cox with 5 goals each this season. Carson Cox, along with Alex Elsner and Riley Hansen, all with 2 goals on the season so far. And Owen Huff, as well as Joey Donahue, with 1 goal each so far this early season. It is the 24th annual Frozen Creek Tournament, normally held in Kettering at the Rec Center Ice Arena, but due to some restrictions due to the pandemic, it was moved to Springfield. This rink, the National Trails Parks and Rec Division Chiller. They have rinks all over the country, also one in Columbus. And this Springfield Chiller rink, opening up several years ago, has been a bright spot for the sports scene here in the what's called the champion city of Springfield. The Stealth are out on the ice. They will be net-minded this afternoon by Michael Lee in goal. While for the Beavercreek Beavers, in net for the Beavers, it looks like, I can't see. Do you know who that is down there, Jeff? We'll have to catch the number of the Beavercreek goaltender as time goes on. It's hard to see down at the other end. But play is underway in this last game of the evening. We've been playing all day long here at the Chiller in this Frozen Creek tournament. Here's a whistle as the puck escaped the blue line to center and carried back in, and that's offside against the visiting Beavercreek Beavers. Okay, so Ian Champagne is in goal for Beavercreek. Ian has played 2.5 games in this tournament so far and has yet to yield a goal. Riley Hansen, a shot turned aside by Michael Lee. Loose puck along the left wing boards, kicked free to Saulbaum of Dayton. He carries the center ice. Saulbaum will dump it in. Playing 3 15-minute periods. Just underway, no score, 1.5 minutes in. For the Dayton Stealth, Demet. Along the right wing for Kleinwachter. He couldn't control it. Beavers come back. Puck shot off a stick. Hansen couldn't pick it up. Carried in the Beavercreek zone by Showalter. Now puck dumped in behind the Beavercreek goal. Puck wrapped around to Elsner on the right wing. He moves it ahead. Centering pass from Thomas Bush is broken up by Dalton. And his outlet pass for Evrard. Evrard trying to get a shot away. But back comes Beavercreek. Thomas Bush trying to wrap it around. He's bumped off the puck by Evrard of the Dayton Stealth. Puck shoveled ahead to Evrard. Carson Evrard. In the corner. He's checked there, Carson Evrard. Trying to move it off to the left point for Wilkinson. He dumps it behind the net. Beavers come away with it. Thomas Bush in the corner, being shadowed and tied up in the corner. Beavers come away with it. And dumping the puck in behind the Stealth goal is Thomas Bush. Beavers' Alex Elsner ridden into the boards by Ethan Tedros of Dayton. Now picking the puck up for Dayton. Kleinwachter, A.J. Kleinwachter. He tried to clear to center, but it's shot back in behind the net. Carrying out for the Stealth, Kimmins. Kimmins checked. Puck shot right back in behind the Stealth goal. Reed for Dayton. Works around Bordas. Rink wide pass. Tedros pulls the trigger. And it's wide. Beavers come back. Puck shot in by Bordas. Picked up by Ethan Tedros of Dayton. Tedros avoids a check. Moves back behind the net. Drops the puck off. It's intercepted by Riley Hansen of Beavercreek. Checked by Demet. Tedros picks it up for Dayton. Tedros left wing. He dumps it in and then heads to the bench on a line change. Just over 10 minutes to play, scoreless first period. Wind up a shot by the Stealth's Solbaum. Back come the Beavers. Bush a shot! He scores! Thomas Bush, a whistling wrist shot as he moved in on left wing. And he is able to beat Michael Lee to his stick side and give the Beavers a 1-0 lead for Thomas Bush, his 9th goal of the season. Now the Dayton Stealth controlling their own end. Baxter. Baxter, pass over for Lawson. Up for Rose. Rose carries in, and we've got a whistle. We've got a spearing. Is that a spearing penalty on Thomas Bush? I couldn't tell if that was a hook signal or a spear.
Cross-check.
Oh, cross-check. Okay, I thought he pointed straight ahead. I didn't, okay. All right, thanks, Jeff. So it is a cross-check on Thomas Bush. So a power play, the first one of the game for either team, is for the Dayton Stealth. Picked up by Emery Kimmins. Kimmins of Dayton. He's wrapped up along the boards. Puck squirts free. It's then picked up by Hall, John Hall of Dayton. In the corner, Hall trying to set up the power play. At the left point, Wilkinson. Wilkinson. And a shot, one of the Stealth players goes down. There's a shot, save, and a rebound. Champagne was down for a moment. Stealth unable to get a shot on that rebound. Now another shot and right on, and the save by Ian Champagne with 50 seconds left in the Dayton and the Beavercreek penalty. 8:19 to go in the period. Beavers in black lead it 1-0. From the face-off, a shot, and they score! The Dayton Stealth tie the game on a goal by Tauber Rose. And that's a power play goal. And the Stealth tied at 1 apiece. First goal scored on Champaign in the tournament. Now the Beavers trying to regain the lead. Shot from Alex Elsner was up over the top of the goal. Picked up by Everard of Dayton. Everard checked. Puck volleyed around at center ice. 7:45 to go in the period whistle. And that's we've got an interference minor on the Dayton Stealth, and that's on Carson Everard. So the Beavers will have their chance on a power play to try to retake the lead after yielding a goal to the Dayton Stealth on their own man advantage. Elsner for Bush. Bush to Elsner. Elsner, left point, Cox, shot, blocked on defense, in front. Elsner trying to move it over. It's intercepted by the Stealth's Kleinwachter, A.J. Kleinwachter, ridden into the boards by Elsner. 1:20 left in the Beavercreek power play chance. There's a check by Wilkinson to bump one of the Beavers off the puck. Now Elsner knocks down Wilkinson, and then Elsner goes down. Donahue trying to wrap it around for Beavercreek. Leaves it for Bush, top of the right wing circle. Bush moves it over for Cox. There's a shot blocked by Wilkinson. He fans on the clearing shot, so it's picked up by Bush. Bush, centers for Elsner, one-timer, but fans. Couldn't quite hook up on that one. Thomas Bush again in the corner. Half a minute left in the power play. Leaves it in the corner for Elsner. Centers Bush. Shot now by Donahue. Puck loose. And Bush unable to try to jam it home. And the Stealth are able to clear. Donahue and Bush both had chances to try to stick that puck in. And the play is offside with just 7 seconds left in the power play. So a face-off just outside the Stealth zone. 7 seconds left in the power play. As the puck is shot in, Michael Lee will set it up for teammate Josh Saulbaum. The penalty has been killed off by Dayton. Beavers controlling the Stealth zone, however. Riley Hansen working in the corner. Hansen centers in front. He was looking for Owen Huff at the other side of the net, but the pass is intercepted by goaltender Michael Lee, and he will hold on for a face-off. With 5:17 to go in the period. Thomas Bush for Beavercreek, Tauber Rose for Dayton so far, and we're tied up at 1. Riley Hansen for Beavercreek, shadowed by Saulbaum. Tries to center, but no one there. Dimmitt picks it up, couldn't clear. There's a Beavercreek player tripped up, no call. Here's Saulbaum for Tedros on left wing. Beaten to the puck by Carson Cox. Puck then dumped in by John Hall of Dayton. 1-1 the score with 4:40 left in the first period. Here come the Beavers the other way. Hansen stops in the corner. Drops the puck off. Now return pass is broken up. It is picked back up by Hansen. Left point for Webb. Pass for Donahue escapes to center, and Joey has to dump it in. Dalton of Dayton. Pass up ahead for Kleinwachter, is too far ahead of him. Thomas Bush for Beavercreek re-enters the stealth zone. He drops it off behind the net, picked up by Baxter of Dayton. Baxter checked by Beavercreek's Alex Elsner. John Hall of Dayton up ahead to Kleinwachter. Kleinwachter, right wing, being ridden into the boards by Thomas Bush. 3.5 to go in the period. Emery Kimmins of Dayton moves it ahead at center ice for Kleinwachter. His pass broken up. Beavers intercept as Elsner is bumped down to the ice by Wilkinson. Now trying to work around Wilkinson, and then Kimmins was Beavercreek's Carson Cox. Carson Cox fighting with Showalter. Elsner and Cox fighting for it with Kimmins of Dayton. Carson Cox has it. He's sticked down by Showalter. And there is a whistle. As young Mr. Showalter will head off for a trip on that play. So 2 minutes for tripping as Riley Showalter, he stuck his stick between the skates and tripped up Cox and took him to the ice, and that results in the tripping minor. Beavers on a power play trying to retake the lead before the end of the period. Riley Hansen. Left wing circle, drops it off for Braden Cox, shot, and it's deflected in front, and then also Lee got a piece of it. Hansen in the corner, Riley Hansen. For Braden Cox, screen shot wide. Joey Donahue fighting for it. Donahue back for Braden Cox. Now to the right point for Carson Cox. Behind the net, Riley Hansen. Hansen, Donahue, Hansen, Braden Cox pulls the trigger, and it's off a stick wide. Under a minute left in the power play. Good power play work so far in this chance by the Beavers. Riley Hansen trying to fight off Saulbaum. There's a shot. Waiting for a tip was Bordas, but the Stealth are able to clear down the ice. A minute left in the period, a half a minute left in the power play. Beavers trying to get one more rush on this man advantage. They've got 12 seconds. Or Beavercreek trying to carry in is Thomas Bush. He's tied up. Back come the Stealth the other way. It's Rose. Power play killed off. And there's time as the puck flipped up over the glass with 27 seconds left in the first period. We'll have a face-off. Deep in the Dayton zone to the left of goaltender in Champagne. And there's a whistle with 21 seconds left. Puck covered up, so we'll have a face-off. From the draw, Owen Huff for teammate Elsner. Puck wrapped along the left wing boards as the final seconds elapse in this first period. So a very well played and spirited first period by both teams, as Thomas Bush got the Beavers on the board first early. And you thought, well, is there another Beavercreek route in the making? But Tauber Rose scoring for the Stealth to tie things up, and that's where we stand after one. It's Beavers and Stealth one apiece. We'd like to mention a couple of our Beavercreek sponsors for Beaver Hockey this 2021 season. TJ Awards Company. If you need any type of trophies or ribbons, anything, could be for a work award or a sports team award, just contact TJ Awards Company in Beavercreek. And also the Flying Locksmiths on Far Hills. If you have any needs of for any type of door lock, just contact the Flying Locksmiths, another business sponsor for Beavercreek hockey in this 2021 season. Michael Lee getting situated in the far goal crease down the way. Ian Champagne will get himself set up in the crease right underneath our vantage point. See how this Beavercreek team reacts to playing a tight game, as they have yet to be in a close game so far in this early part of the season. And from the draw, there's a shot. Champagne kicks that out with the pad. Tedros of Dayton. Tedros tied up along the end boards. Joey Donahue of Beavercreek carrying out on the right wing. He'll dump it in. After it, Riley Hansen. And for the Stealth, John Hall slipped the puck out and then dumped right back in. After it is Carson Dalton of Dayton. Beavers trying to make something happen to retake the lead. There's a shot by Braden Cox. Braden Cox again trying to shoot the puck in front. And Michael Lee is able to make the stop and hold on. Thomas Bush will take the draw for the Beavers. And Stealth are able to clear the puck back into the Beavercreek zone. played by Ethan Webb. Ethan Webb leaves it for Braden Cox. Cox for Elsner. It's off his stick. Puck loose in the slot of the Beavercreek zone. Trying to make a play on it was Showalter as he tried to get a shot but was tied up. Puck cleared down back behind the Stealth goal. Starting back out for Dayton is Josh Saulbaum. Saulbaum trying to work in front, fans on a centering pass. Now a shot way back from the left point, high and wide. Kleinwachter dumps in the corner, picked up by the Beavers. Ridden into the boards hard was Alex Elsner. Puck still in the Beavercreek zone. One the score. Here is Thomas Bush trying to start out for the Beavers. Lost the puck behind him. Stealth hold it in. Now Showalter. Showalter in the corner. Checked by Braden Cox. Puck comes back over to the other side to save by Champagne, and another save on a rebound from Kleinwachter. And Champagne is able to keep the puck out, and the score tied at 1 apiece. Riley Hansen against Carson Evrard. Stealth from the face-off, shot from the left point blocked by teammate Rose. Beavers clear down the ice. After it is Emery Timmons. Timmons leaves it for Kleinwachter. Shot to center. Back comes Dayton into the Beavercreek zone. Shot, save. Good shot by Dimmitt. Now trying to get a backhander. And that's Earhart, I'm sorry, not Dimmitt, Earhart with a backhand shot and the save by Champagne. Beavers clear out. Stealth retain possession at center, and now they'll dump it in. Back is Webb. Webb for Carson Cox. Cox to Donahue. Clears not out. Held in at the left point. Stealth screenshot, save right in the breadbasket of Champagne. The Dayton Stealth maintaining some pressure. I know that Coach Gutterman not happy about the amount of time the puck is spending in the Beavercreek zone. That's Bush and Carson and Braden Cox on the ice for Beavercreek with Owen Huff. Now Huff will head to the bench, and Alex Elsner is on. From the face-off, as there was a penalty on play, I beg your pardon, as that was Webb of Beavercreek who committed the minor penalty. So a power play chance for Dayton, trying to take the lead. There's a shot, and it's wide off the stick of Reed. Slashing. So thanks, Jeff. It was a slash on Webb. Now there's a loose puck right in front, and a shot that's blocked by Carson Cox off of his stick. Right in front. Hall has it poke checked away. Back comes Elsner. Elsner, if he could beat Tedros, but Tedros from behind is able to take the puck back away. Here's a shot parried off to the corner by the blocker pad of Ian Champagne. Another screen shot saved by Champagne, and he lost his stick. It's picked up by teammate Braden Cox, And he hands it back to him as the Stealth have to retreat back to center as the puck was moved out of the zone. Half a minute left in the Dayton power play. Evrard in the corner now back behind the net, side of the net, Evrard. Right point, Demet, back for Evrard, back to Demet, back to Evrard, back to Demet. Now a one-time shot kicked out. The save made off the stick of Wilkinson by Champagne. Penalty is killed off by Beavercreek. Under 9 minutes to play. Now in the second period, Bush centers. And the save made by Lee. Back come the Stealth. A long shot is wide, well wide of the mark. Earhart for Dayton, fighting for it. And puck kicks free right to the side of the net, picked up by Braden Cox and cleared. That'll be on goal down at the other end. Lee makes the stop, leaves it for a teammate. Shot to center. Beavers Riley Hansen after it. He's beaten to the puck back there by Demet, Tyler Demet. Moves the puck into the Beavercreek zone, and a shot off the side of the net. Now Riley Hansen trying to flip it ahead for Bordas, but it's intercepted. And now Braden Cox starts back the other way. Braden Cox for Beavercreek moving in, shot, and that's wide. One the score with 7.5 minutes left in the second period, midway through the frame. And now we have a whistle. And it was a delayed penalty on Beavercreek as goaltender Lee had headed to the bench. And as soon as the Beavers touched up, okay, what do we have? What do we have? Okay, the penalty's on Braden Cox for 2 minutes. I didn't see the signal. Okay. But a 2-minute minor on Braden Cox, so another power play chance for the Dayton Stealth. Their one goal of the game so far was a power play goal in the first period. Shot kicked out by Champagne. Wilkinson centers for a tip. And it's blocked by Carson Cox and cleared. The Dayton Stealth in the white sweaters. Back into the Beavercreek zone, shot off the side of the net. Carson Cox will flip it down the ice. 1:15 left in the Dayton power play. Now Elsner will dump it down the ice. Back comes Dayton, puck poke checked away. Picked up by the Stealths. Reed, and Reed lost it. Now Reed again, dropping it off for Wilkinson. Wilkinson moves in, top of the face-off circle, back to Reed. Returns it to Wilkinson, intercepted by Carson Cox. He's pinned to the boards. Prodding at it, Elsner. Elsner trying to get it out. Puck is stolen away by Rose. Tauber Rose centers, And skipping over the stick of Solbaum, or he would have had a good sight line to the goal right from the top of the slot. Evrard, Carson Evrard, just 5 seconds left in the power play for Dayton. Evrard moves it over to the left point. Now back for Rose. Rose in the corner, now behind the net. Tauber Rose centers, all right in front, and the save by Champagne. Ian Champagne able to stand tall and keep the puck out. I don't think Coach Gutterman will be happy with the stealth players being able to park themselves right in front of the net. But Champagne is able to keep the puck out. We remain tied at 1. Here's a centering pass that Kleinwachter was unable to get a shot away on. Now Demet for Dayton, drops it back for along the boards for Evrard, Carson Evrard, checked by Braden Cox. Cox and Evrard fight for it. And now Kleinwachter has it behind the net, pinned to the boards by Braden Cox, and the whistle. I thought I heard a whistle, apparently not. As it's shot down the ice for icing. So with 4:11 left in the period, we're going to take a face-off back in the Beavercreek zone, deep in the circle to the right of netminder Ian Champagne. Thomas Bush versus Hall. From the draw, it's Owen Huff, try to get it out. Now Bush across center, working on against 3 defenders, has it checked away. Back is Hall of Dayton. Hall, poke check by Huff. Owen Huff trying to kick it to center. He drops it for Thomas Bush. Bush crossing to right wing, past Demet. Side of the net, he's hooked by Demet. And I think that's what we're going to have is Thomas Bush tried to get around big Tyler Demet, and Demet just reached out and corralled him with the stick, tried to hook him as he went past, and so Tyler Demet, a 2-minute hooking minor. Actually, they call that on Solbaum. I'm sorry, Josh Solbaum, rather than Demet. So Josh Solbaum is called for the hooking minor. And there's a pass intercepted, but Braden Cox is able to head off the one-man breakaway, and the Beavers are able to regain possession in their own end. Joey Donahue trying to split the defense. Joey Donahue behind the net. Donahue for Carson Cox, back to Donahue. There's a shot that's wide. 1:05 left in the Beavercreek power play. Champagne sets it up for teammate Carson Cox. Cox to Elsner. Elsner to Bush. Checked by Tedros. Carson Cox for Beavercreek. Over the line. He's tripped up. No call on that one. Beavers on a power play with 2:05 left in the period, 35 seconds left in the power play. They try to set something up. Riley Hansen for Alex Elsner. In the corner now, back to the right point, Carson Cox. Shot, saved by Lee. And then a whistle. I think the puck flipped up over the boards for a face-off. 15 seconds remain in the Beavercreek power play chance. 1:45 to go in the period. Riley Hansen will take the face-off for Beavercreek. And from the draw, Carson Cox dumps it behind the net. Now at the left point, it's Braden Cox for Owen Huff. Huff back for Bush. Penalty killed off by the Stealth. There's a tip by Huff. Is wide, the puck cleared. 1:15 to go in the period. Braden Cox up ahead for Huff. Pass is too far ahead of him. And the Stealth retake possession of the puck in their own zone with 1 minute to play in the second period. Shoveled ahead around a defender by Demet. He tries to center. It's off a skate. And Riley Hansen trying to come back for Beavercreek. Riley Hansen over the line, gets checked from behind. Puck loose. There's a shot. And the save by Michael Lee, and he'll hold on for a face-off. 41 seconds left in the period. Face-off, shot wide, and there's Lee with a save on another shot. Michael Lee's had a good, both goaltenders have had a number of good saves in this period. And puck apparently was shot up over the glass by a Beavercreek player, so they'll move the face-off way back to the Beaver zone. And from the face-off, screen shot, save, Champagne, puck loose, Champagne unable to cover, and the Beavers' Ethan Webb comes up with it. Webb for Huff. Huff slides it to center. 15 seconds left in the period. Braden Cox bangs it off the boards, but not out. It's held in. But now the Beavers come away with it. Elsner. Alex Elsner going one-on-one. Elsner moves it behind the net, but doesn't have time to make a play as the buzzer sounds the end of the second period. We have a good one. And this last game of the day, of day 2 of the 24th annual Frozen Creek Tournament at the National Trails Chiller in Springfield after 2 periods. It's the Beavercreek Beavers and the Dayton Stealth all tied up at 1. As both teams are scoreless in the second period. They will resurface the ice after this second period. So we will have a break. And trying to sort out what some of the scoring, I have no idea what the standings are at this point. As the point system of this tournament, I'll read directly from the program. In the event that final day games are between teams with rankings of 1 versus 2, the championship round. They will play a sudden death overtime, but the point system is head-to-head, and how many periods you win. Okay. And our webcast engineer, Jeff Duford, through the magic of his smartphone, is able to pull up the standings. So through game 2, the Beavercreek Beavers lead with 5 points.
For 1, 5 for 2.
Oh, so 10 points overall. Okay.
After game 2.
So 10 points, 5 for game 1, 5 for game 2. It looks like the Lake Flyers are second place with 9 points, as they gained 4.5 points in both games 1 and game 2 that they played. The Dayton Stealth are third with 4.5 points overall. And the Mason Comets have 1 point, and the Troy Trojans have 0.5 point. Although Troy did win earlier.
Coach Cameron with us. He's right behind you. If you want to stand up, I'll turn the camera.
So I appreciate Jeff getting that for us. And we have a guest, one of the assistant coaches, Cameron Quick of the Beavercreek Beavers. And I'm sorry, I didn't know you were coming. Let me get my appropriate face covering here, Cameron. Well, I can't. I've got my headset on. Forget it. I'll do a social distance. Okay. So, Cameron Quick, you're is this your first year with the Beavers as assistant coach?
Yep, this is my first year coaching for the Beavers and coaching in general. Gutterman asked me if I wanted to help out with the team. They needed someone to kind of relate to the players a little bit, a younger voice, get some different looks in the practices and games. So I said, perfect, why not?
Okay. And what I guess is your general background, your playing days, where did you play, and what position, whatnot?
I've played hockey for 17 years. I've gone through the entire Dayton organization. I've played for the Bombers, the Stealth, the Dayton Knights. I played for Wright State University. I won a state championship with the Dayton Stealth in 2016, and that's about it.
Now, you played at Wright State. Is their program still running, or are they still have a program there?
When I was in my junior year, that's the year that they kind of cut the program after that. They do not currently have a program anymore, lack of interest, but I wish that they would probably carry that on.
Well, hopefully they will. I happened to work some years ago with a couple of guys that played on their ACHA, I don't know if it was like Division III or something, yep. National champion team.
Okay.
And and that's too bad. So hopefully they'll kick back up. What position did you usually play when you were playing?
Growing up until my high school years, I played defenseman, and then I tried out for the Stealth. Ended up making the team as a forward. So as of that, I played forward and defensive interchangeably, and I would say I'm decently proficient at both.
What did you prefer?
Oh, I preferred defense. It was a lot less skating.
Okay. I guess what type of defenseman were you? Were you more offense, or?
I was more of a defensive defenseman. I excelled more along the lines of passing and reading the ice rather than taking the puck up and creating offensive chances.
Okay. Do you work exclusively with the defensemen on this team, or are you just kind of?
No, right now I'm working with the forwards, and Coach Lloyd has the defense. So that's a little different challenge.
Do you hope to advance in coaching, to maybe be a head coach somewhere someday?
Oh, definitely. It's definitely opened my eyes to how much coaches have knowledge on the sport. Definitely a lot more than I have.
And are you from the Beavercreek area then?
Yes, I grew up in Beavercreek, and then in my freshman year of high school, I moved over to Bellbrook. I would have played Beavercreek High School though.
Okay.
If not for that.
And do you foresee yourself trying to stay here in this area, or move around the country trying to get scoring or coaching opportunities as you advance in your career?
Well, I've definitely enjoyed my time with Beavercreek High School, and I definitely look forward to a couple more years.
That's great. And as far as your assessment of this game so far, the Beavers have had their way, just to put it bluntly, in their first few games, the two exhibition games and the three regular season games so far. I think they were outscoring their opponents like 26-2 or something at some point. Well, now there's kind of some stiff competition tonight. How do you think your team will respond to it?
Well, the boys have played fairly well tonight. It's definitely a different challenge in comparison to the other teams that we've played so far. But they've looked up to it. They've definitely taken the challenge up, and just got to get a few more shots from inside the dots, and we'll be good to go.
The video engineer has a question.
Yes.
How many years is it going to be before the old guys have to face terror in the Huff and Puff League?
Oh, when are you gonna be in the Huff and Puff League?
In the Huff and Puff League, as long as my dad needs a sub, I'll be there.
I'll make sure to call.
And Huff and Puff, that's what they call a beer league team. That's the non-checking. 30 and over. So this is just say experience. We won't say old. We'll say experienced players. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Cameron. Looks like the Stealth are back on the bench, so I imagine the Beavers aren't far behind, so we'll let you go. We appreciate you stopping by. Cameron Quick.
Yep, thank you very much.
Thanks, and good luck for the rest of the game. Cameron Quick, assistant coach, first-year assistant coach for the Beavercreek Beavers. I'm sorry, I didn't have time to put my mask on. I had my headphones on.
I'll be right back.
Live streaming. We have to roll with the punches. So it's good to hear the comments of Cameron Quick, as he is confident that the Beavers can come out on top this evening. This looks to me just visually, it looks like the Stealth have a size advantage on the Beavers, but I would think the Beavers might have a speed advantage. But really good game, and hard to judge this tournament so far. The early game this morning, I thought would possibly be a fairly tight game between Beavercreek and Mason, and it turned out to be a 10-1 Beavercreek win. And coming into this game,
I took a picture of that. So that's the last two games for Mason and Troy, their points.
Okay. And coming into this game, I thought, well, the Beavers probably maybe a heavy favorite, but lo and behold, the Dayton Stealth have come right back and played to a 1-1 tie so far. And the point totals right now, because I mentioned Troy won their game immediately before this one over Mason, they now take a 3.5 to 1.5 point lead for fourth place in the tournament. Beavercreek currently up, and then the Stealth, or rather then Lake, and then the Stealth currently in third. But if the Stealth can win this third period and win the game, they will be in a position to possibly challenge for the tournament. But the Beavercreek Beavers have other ideas. They want to win this game and maybe set up a championship game tomorrow afternoon with the Lake Flyers of Toledo. But they have what looks like a tough task in this third period because the Stealth have played a very tight game. And Michael Lee's been good in goal. Ian Champagne for Beavercreek has played a very strong game. So this should be a very entertaining and hard-fought third period. The Beavers, again, all in black. The Dayton Stealth, white sweaters, navy blue trunks. A.J. Klein-Wachter. Lost it. Picked up by the Stealth's Carson Dalton. Dalton along the left wing for Trost. He couldn't control it. Now Trost intercepts a pass. He dumps it in the Beavercreek zone. A minute and a half into the third period. We're all tied up at 1. Nice check by the Stealth's A.J. Klein-Wachter, and he gets a shot away. It's gloved by Champagne. He'll hold on. Face off, it'll be Riley Showalter of Dayton. Puck fought for along the left wing boards in the Beavercreek zone. Kicks free. Trying to work around a check was Riley Hansen, but has it stripped away. Klein-Wachter for Dayton. Pass through his skates. Now he gets a return pass. A.J. Klein-Wachter tied up by Ethan Webb. He takes the puck away. Webb clears, not out of the zone, however. Now the Beavers come back. Very good defense in this game, played by Dayton. They are really trying to stonewall the Beavers from any type of rushes into the Dayton zone. Here's a shot wide from Beavercreek's Joey Donahue. Now puck stolen at center ice, carried over the line. Now here's a shot, and it's wide of the mark by Joe Bordas. Cleared too far ahead of anyone. It's down the ice, and that'll result in an icing violation against the Dayton Stealth. And the Beavers come in to the game 3-0 with one-sided wins in every game so far, but facing stiff competition in this one. Shot blocked, picked up by Thomas Bush. Bush trying to stick handle through, gets tied up by Lawson. Beavers maintain possession, but then Kimmons is able to carry to center, but then is shot right back in. Wilkinson of Dayton. Wilkinson. Left wing for Jacobson. Jacobson lost the handle. And there's a whistle as the puck flipped up and glanced off the netting above the glass, and that will result in a face-off. 11:07 to play in the third period. John Hall takes the draw for Dayton, but the Beavers come away with it. Thomas Bush racing down the ice. Bush works around Baxter. And check that, that's Riley Hansen, I beg your pardon. Now a shot from Braden Cox at the right point is off a body into the corner. Picked up by Ethan Tedros. Tedros and Donahue racing down the ice. Tedros dumps it in the Beavercreek zone. Shot gloved by Champagne. He'll hold on. We're setting ourselves up for what could be a thrilling finish in this final game of the day. Of day 2 of the Frozen Creek tournament, 24th annual. Wraparound chance broken up. Beavers trying to get the puck out of their own zone, and back they come. Right wing. Trying to carry around the net now. It's Carson Cox. He's tied up by Reed of Dayton. Puck wrapped around, held in by Huff for Elsner. Alex Elsner is taken down. Carson Cox picks it up, but handed the puck inadvertently to Ethan Tedros of Dayton. Carson Cox trying to steal the puck right back. Shot in front for Elsner, centering pass, unable to get a shot away. And back come the Stealth. Wilkinson dropped it off, but nobody's there. Beavers come back. Pass off a skate. Elsner and Tedros exchange shoves. Elsner comes away with the puck for Huff, trying to jam it in the side of the net, but it deflects off the side. $9:15 to go in this one. Loose puck at center ice, picked up by Kleinwachter. He tried to dump it in, but it's off a stick right back to the Dayton zone. Emery Kimmins will dump back behind the Beavercreek net. Beavers trying to come back the other way. Being taken down to the ice was Carson Cox by Kimmins. Pass ahead, intercepted by Kimmins. He flips back to the lines, carried back in. There's a long shot, just blockered away to the corner by Lee. A.J. Kleinwachter for Dayton. He'll backhand it in behind the Beavercreek net and head to the bench on a change. 8 minutes to play. Puck shot down the ice, and as it carries past the Dayton Stealth net, icing is whistled down on Beavercreek. Visit Earhart Construction Group for any construction needs you have, residential or business. Earhart Construction, E-H-R-H-A-R-T, Construction, one of our sponsors of Beavercreek Hockey. Beavers trying to regain possession. Thomas Bush at center has it stripped away by Earhart. Earhart centers, and they score! The Dayton Stealth take the lead. Earhart is centering pass. Let me see if I can catch who scored. It looks like that was Everard. Carson Everard gives the South their first lead of the game. So with 7 minutes to go, the Dayton Stealth take the lead. And they control the puck at center ice. It's Josh Saulbaum. Saulbaum carries in, he's bumped off. Beavers trying to come back. Stealth playing a very physical, tight checking game this evening. Demet lost the puck. Picked up by Hall. He can't control it. Joey Donahue for Beavercreek for Riley Hansen. Back for Carson Cox. Puck stripped away. Beavers unable to hold it in. Now Demet. Puck. His pass is intercepted, but he's able to chase the puck down. Stripped away by Hansen. Centers, but it's behind Bordas. Back comes John Hall of Dayton. John Hall along the left wing boards. Tied up. Kleinwachter has it. Check that. Wilkinson. Wilkinson rink wide pass for Reed. Volleyed to center. Picked up by Alex Elsner. Elsner trying to get a shot away. Tied up by Wilkinson. Now a screenshot in front. Lee the save. Rebound loose and swept wide by Elsner. Bush tied up along the boards by Wilkinson. Hall comes away with it. John Hall. He takes a shot that's wide off the end boards. Beavers need to get something going, trailing 2-1. Here's a nice stick handling chance by Elsner, and moving out of the crease is Lee to lunge out and cover it. He trips up teammate Kimmins. Kimmins will tap him on the helmet. Nice play by Lee to just come out and lunge out of the crease to cover the puck, with Elsner trying to get a shot away. It looks like we've got a timeout for the Beavers. They have a face-off deep in the Dayton Stealth zone. 4 minutes, 48 seconds to play. So the Dayton Stealth, who defeated Mason, but they lost to Lake. Is that right? Did they lose to Lake?
0-3.
So if the Stealth, if they knock off the Beavers, and then they have a game tomorrow against Troy, and they would be favored against Troy. So if they win these two games, then they could be in a position at least for possibly second place in the tournament, depending on the Lake and Beavercreek result tomorrow. Or they could play. Here's a face-off deep in the Dayton zone. Beavers need to get a scoring chance. We got 4.5 minutes to try to play for a tie in this one. And they would be in a good position then tomorrow in their game against Lake. So 4:21 left in this one. From the face-off. Puck loose in the slot. But Evrard comes away with it for Dayton. Carson Evrard, he'll wrap it around for a teammate, Wyatt Earhart. 4 minutes left. Beavers trying to outlet the puck to center ice. Here they come. Thomas Bush centering, but a pass too far ahead of Elsner. Earhart, give and go for Evrard of Dayton. Over the Beavercreek line, he sweeps it in.